Hey YouTube, it's Bugout, and I am in the greatest of Britons. I'm in London, as you can see, and I'm going to be talking about which knives you can carry on you when you are in the United Kingdom, so stay tuned.
I remember when I was young, me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and spinning stones. Had an old gold chair and a place of my own, but the biggest thing I ever got was doing a thing called crocodile rock. While the other kids were rocking around the clock, we were hopping and bopping to the crocodile rock. While rocking, the song was shopping when your feet just can't keep still. I never knew me about time, and I guess I never will. All in all, was Friday night, but still the war. This is
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the 7 knives that you're legally allowed to carry on you, as of today anyways, in the United Kingdom. So the United Kingdom has some of the more strictest laws that are out there in the countries that I've come across. And part of the reason is because they don't allow firearms, so people use knives to carry out crimes or to protect themselves. And then the UK has cut down on knives as well, as you'll see in my description of what is allowed in the UK. And because of their cutbacks on knives and their heavy penalties for carrying an illegal knife, now people have, criminals have switched to acid attacks, and it's one of the highest places in the world where acid attacks occur. So I'm going to walk you guys through what's allowed. Once again, these are what's allowed as of now. Knife laws are kind of vague in the UK. They've banned zombie knives, so basically anything that looks scary or has the word zombie on it. But I'll be leaving a link for the government allowed, the website for what the government says is okay to be carried in the UK. And I'll also be linking these knives in the description box down below for your convenience. So let's get started from Swiss Army knives and moving over to some of these friction folders over here. So the UK doesn't allow anything that is over 3 inches or 7 and change centimeters, but in this video I'm going to be going over like what that equates to, what knives that allows, that are recommended more or less. So here we are, the classic Swiss Army knife from Victorinox. This is known as the SD. You can see you got a little tiny blade that's about just a little over an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter in length. And then of course you have the extra tools that come in Swiss Army knives, the nail file, a small flathead screwdriver, a toothpick, some tweezers, and then of course the scissors. So having this on your keychain would be an excellent little multi-tool to have, especially when you're in the UK or really pretty much anywhere, especially in Europe. Moving on to another popular Victorinox knife, and this is known as the Cadet A-locks. Once again, all of these are slip joint, at least these first 4 that I'm going to be covering, or 5 that I'm going to be covering. But there's no toothpick or tweezers, but you do get a bottle opener and a can opener, as well as different size flatheads. And then I think I already showed you guys the blade, and back here you get that a nail file and the kind of a smaller flathead or Phillips head or whatever you guys can stick that into. But it's good to have something like this. It's very non-threatening on you. then kind of moving on to another classic design. This is from Case, and this is from the U.S. So the previous two Swiss Army knives are from Switzerland. It's funny. Some people know that it's called a Swiss Army knife, but that actually means it's from Switzerland. But anyways, I'm going to open this carefully. But you can see that it has a primary and a secondary blade, and it has a bone handle material that this is made out of. And I just love the classic Case design. There's no reason why this shouldn't be in like the fifth pocket of your jeans or tucked away somewhere. You guys can see that this is a German knife that I got in Belgium. You can see how old that is, and this Uncle Henry from back when trade was made in the USA. Such a classic design. There's another slip joint knife. Just to remind y'all that just because y'all are limited in your freedoms doesn't mean that y'all haven't been able to make do with these types of tools before. You don't necessarily need something that's locking to make something work. But anyways, moving on to a knife known as the World Legal Knife. Let me zoom out just a bit. This is from Lansky. All of these knives are under that 3-inch limit that I was talking about, but this one is kind of a beefier feel to it. You can kind of see that it has a thicker spine, and it's got some heavier duty jimping on the back to give you good grip or purchase, as they say, and then good ergonomics right here. And of course the textured handle is going to provide a good grip on that. But yeah, it's basically the reason why this is such a good knife is that it has such a strong lockup. It's probably not going to close on you unless you really bear down on it. You got a pocket clip, and I believe that is reversible. Yes, it is. So for left or right-handed carry, I like to just kind of keep this in my car or a backpack because it's kind of a bigger knife. Takes up a lot of space and has some weight to it. A knife that I'm carrying on me quite frequently whenever I'm going around Europe, although I'm not allowed to have this in Belgium, because Belgium you have to have a knife that you need two hands to open, so like a nail flick type of knife. But this knife has that Spidey hole because it is from, as you might expect, Spyderco. So this is made in Colorado. This is a Golden Colorado knife, and it's got good textured gripping, excellent pocket clip that is also reversible. So because of these knives, the way they're designed, these are ambidextrous knives, all of these. And then it's got some jimping back here. The reason why I like this knife and the reason why I use it so much out here is because putting your finger here in this finger choil, if you try to close it, it is not going to cut your fingers as long as that's on that finger choil. Now if you get tired and you put your hands back here, that's a different story. But yeah, this is just an excellent knife if you're going to be processing things like cardboard or whatnot. In the UK or in the rest of Europe, they recycle. So it's the duty of a lot of us dudes as husbands to break down this cardboard and other materials that need to be recycled. So moving on to another knife. This is a budget-friendly knife. This is from New Zealand. This is known as a Svord. It even says that right here on the blade, New Zealand Svord. The reason I like this knife is not only is budget-friendly and ergonomic and kind of a cool design, but back here, do you see how the handle just kind of like has a tapered appearance? So the tang, there's extended tang for this friction folder, kind of squeezes in right here and kind of holds it in place really well. So that, and then maybe a position like this can really cut through whatever material that you're working on without having to worry about the lockup, because that's the main concern whenever you don't have a knife that locks up, is if you're bearing down on it, it cutting your fingers. So this is an excellent design, and like I said, very budget friendly. Maybe like 15 bucks, if that. I'll be leaving links for Amazon for all these knives in the description box down below. A knife that just came out, and I'll link it below as well. This is from Tops Knives. You got a leather sheath, and in this in that sheath you are holding this awesome knife that's known as the tack raise. Now this one's going to run you closer to $99, and you're basically combining the key features from these last two knives, or finger choil, as well as that that friction folder tang, as well as, you know, having excellent ergos, great grip from the not only the jimping but also the handle. But yeah, putting your hand like this, you're not going to need to worry about cutting your hand. And then, like I said, that extended tang is going to keep that securely locked into place. But excellent little knife. This is, like I said, a brand new design, and people are just starting to do reviews on this knife from Tops Knives. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video on the greatest of Britain's knives, and I just wanted to reiterate that all of these knives can be found in the description box down below. And I wanted to highlight a couple of things, is that by their very design, because they don't really have a lockup mechanism to disengage, it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. All of these knives are ambidextrous, and all the ones that have pocket clips on them are reversible, so you can have them on the left side or the right side of the handle, depending on which pocket you want to keep this in. I also wanted to make mention that my favorite out of all these knives, granted all of them have their own strengths and weaknesses, and because of that, the setting, depending on which setting I'm in, will depend on which knife I go with. But the knife that I use the most for everyday carry is the UK penknife, while I'm over here in Europe, with the exception, of course, a few countries that don't allow a knife that you can open with one hand. So with that said, let me know what you guys think, what your favorite ones are, your thoughts, any knives that you think that should be added to this list. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like this video if you want to see more of these types of videos where I show you more of the knife world, not just what's available in the US. This is a highly requested video because I have a lot of viewers that are in Europe. But anyways guys, be sure you always check your local knife laws, no matter where you are, and your current laws at that, because they are always changing for sometimes the worse, but also recently for the better in some places. Y'all stay safe out there, and remember, it pays you prepared. God bless.